Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Y Factor. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. We are in Mussoorie at the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, where officer trainees from 20 plus services have come in for the foundation course. We'll talk to them, we'll try to know their mindset and what changes they want to bring in the society being a civil servant. Let's get it started. Okay, officer trainees are standing beside me in a group and they are all decked up in the same attire, band galas they are wearing. First of all, PM Modi addressed the officer trainees. Was it very motivating and inspiring?
Yes, it was very motivating and inspiring, and I was the one of the officer trainees who have interacted with the PM Modi. And it was a very great experience, and the thoughts that he has shared with us is truly inspiring and truly the visionary thoughts. So we should be having in our minds while serving the people, while serving the country.
Absolutely, truly an inspiring speech by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If I can come to you, sir, what is the best thing that you like about the PM speech?
I think one of the intentions of this year's RM program was to break the silos. So about 430 of us are here from different services, and that's what he said. It's about being together, it's about working together, and he also made this very nice point of understanding rules and the role and acting based on the context. So it was a great honor to in fact have a conversation with the Prime Minister.
Absolutely, and he talked about vocal for local. He mentioned about the innovation also, and it should start from your house. What do you want to say? How do you want to elaborate this?
Definitely. Considering civil service as one of the biggest arena, he insisted on vocals for locals. If we start this, if it is being started from here, and it is for sure there is probability of being implemented in the entire country, India being a large market, and yes, it will be a big throw then. That was a very, very good idea.
Okay. And do you also think that Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting individually with the officer trainees, does that give you extra motivation, extra josh, and you don't sway away from your goal?
Yes, you are absolutely right. When you talk to such a personality which give you an impression that he is working really hard for our country, and as starting a career into a civil service, so definitely it's a motivation for any civil servants to directly interact with him. So definitely I feel proud of that, and I'm also feeling that honored by Prime Minister after talking today's.
Now, if I ask you, what is the best thing that you like about the PM speech?
I think his motivation and his vision is very much inspiring, considering the depth of knowledge he has about all the issues from grassroots level to the very top level. It's very inspiring. He's able to connect in different verticals and with each section of the society. That's something which we can learn from, especially when we are beginning the career of our life. Yeah.
Okay, when we say that PM has a very good vision and is able to connect individually with everyone, what makes you say that?
उनका इंटरेक्शन जो ओटीज़ के साथ था वो बहुत ही पर्सनल लेवल पे था। हालांकि उन्होंने ये चीज़ सबको संबोधित करते हुए कहा कि आपको जो है छपना और दिखना से दूर रहना है और पीछे बैक स्टेज में काम बहुत अच्छे से कैरेक्टर, कमिटमेंट और कंडक्ट को बनाए रखना है। सो एक तरह से उसका इंडिविजुअल इंटरेक्शन था, लेकिन हम सब के लिए मेरे ख्याल से एक सामूहिक संदेश था उनका। सो दैट वाज अप्रिशिएटेड।
एब्सोल्युटली राइटली सेड बाय यू मैम, सामूहिक संदेश था प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी का। बट सर, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से इन द सेंस दैट इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द अकेडमी, it's been a while that you have come here. What change you see when you came here and now in 15 days? Any changes in maybe in your daily routine or the way that your thought process is working now?
No, of course. When we came here, we had a vision. We wanted to serve this country, but coming here, we finally gotten the structure. We have gotten the infrastructure here, the motivation from our faculty and everyone around us, and you see that taking shape. You see everyone taking their own roles in the police service as I am, or in the administrative service, or in the foreign service, and you also see how it pans out in the larger structure, how we are all supposed to serve the country as one, and how at India at 100, 27 years from now, when we'll be at the helm of things, how we have to take this forward, and we have to ensure that the decades from here on, we don't get stuck in our own silos, and that we remember that we are servants of India, and that we have to keep that larger picture in mind.
Absolutely, you need to keep that larger picture in mind, and you are actually the future of the country. And it was mentioned also governance at 100. But sir, I mean, what do you want to say in the sense that the best part you like about the academy, and you think this is the exact very right place, very beautiful place for the foundation course?
Well, absolutely. I think not just the atmosphere, the climate and the geography that we are in, a very beautiful place, but more importantly the type of people that we are getting to meet and interact, as well as the faculty we are getting, so motivating, so well learned in their approach, and at the same time the concept of the common foundation course provided us with this idea of getting very good up-to-date knowledge from people who are really working on the ground. And then we are able to structure that, as just my fellow batchmate just mentioned, we're able to structure that into a very concrete shape, so which is very much essential in any policy making circles. And then again, it's the people, the different people we are meeting from different parts of the country, interacting, engaging, the extracurricular modules we are having. It's providing us with a plethora of ideas and observations that I think we'll carry forward in the next 20-30 years in our service.
Okay. But why do you think this foundation course is important?
The most important thing about this year's foundation course is that all the services are coming together.
Yeah.
So
20 plus services.
yes, 18 from India and 3 from Bhutan.
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister himself has emphasized a lot on breaking the silos and making us appreciate working together and ability to appreciate like the different roles that we're expected to play. So I think the best part about this foundation course is promoting inter-services camaraderie and making sure that we can work together.
If I ask you the same question, ma'am, why do you think the foundation course is important, and about the place also, the best part you like about the academy?
The academy is beautiful. It's at a beautiful place. As the name implies, this lays the foundation of our services. A person transforms from a normal citizen who is at the receiving end to the government official who is supposed to perform various tasks. So here in the foundation course, we have different kind of modules. Like we have social inclusion modules. So every week we are addressing taking different sections of the society. We are being made sensitive towards them. Then we have courses on law, on public administration and various other things. So each of us, when we were preparing, we were part of different, we belong to different regions of the country. We are from different backgrounds, but here now we are part of one cohort, which is the government of our country. And so we are taught that how we are supposed to address the issues.
But how has been the journey so far of being a civil servant? Ma'am, you cracked the civil services in the first attempt itself?
Yeah, so I am from Indian Economic Services, and this was my first prepared attempt. I would say I gave one attempt before, just with my masters. I think the whole journey itself is a beautiful journey, and it's a journey of ups and downs. But what keeps everybody going is the determination to come to this academy and to serve the country. So I think that was a very important part of the whole journey itself. Yeah.
Why you wanted to be a bureaucrat? What changes you want to bring in the society?
Yeah, being a bureaucrat, I think many women will have that in the circumstances which we are facing now. Like I see that it as an empowerment for myself and also for many women in my community. And I think many women should come forward to address their issues. So this gives a good platform for them to be vocal and also like bring about policy formulations which is more gender neutral, gender friendly too.
Why bureaucracy? I mean, you always wanted to be a civil servant, you wanted to do something for the nation, that's why you chose this?
I'm from Bihar, so I think it's in our blood. So partly that explains that. But while I was working in Bangalore in Musicma as a business analyst, I was enjoying the job. It was a challenging job, I was enjoying that. But then one day I was just watching a movie and then I got the sense that maybe we can try doing something more than ourselves. That's for us only, as in we
movie gave you an inspiration. What movie were you watching?
Schindler's List.
Okay,
Yeah, so in the end, there's a scene where this Oscar Schindler is holding this Nazi badge in his hand and saying that I could have saved one more person. So it's about that one more person. It's not about changing the whole country. You can't. We are just a drop in the ocean. We can't change everything, but maybe we can have a good drop. That's all.
Right. Great, ma'am. He got the inspiration to come into civil services from a movie. What was your inspiration?
I guess he has quoted it quite well, that service to nation. I had some opportunity of working in the villages while I was in college. I was doing my BTech there, and then I realized that if I can become a part of the state, then I'll be able to contribute to the society in a more inclusive way, in an easy way. So that was my inspiration to start preparing for civil services.
Okay, and what was your motivation?
Mine was also on similar lines.
You always wanted to be a civil servant?
No, the journey shaped it. So like when we are in our cities and we move around, we see there are a lot of underprivileged, unprivileged people. So we feel fortunate that we have been so privileged that we got good education, good colleges. So we certainly feel for those underprivileged people who are not able to get that thing. So it kind of hits that we should do something when we are able for those people who need. So we want to be enablers in the society.
Absolutely. Everyone here, they are coming from a different background, but the good thing is everyone has the same goal. What about the academy? I mean, what is the best part that you like about the academy? Because I was taking a round of this academy yesterday, and after every view, I had to change my statement of the best view. It's so pristine, it's so beautiful, and very quiet. I mean, how do you want to explain it?
Oh, like I'm from the south, so it's pretty hot out there. We don't have winters. So the best thing which is here is, it's a bit chill, so that's nice.
Must have been difficult for you to adjust.
No, it was absolutely enthralling for me. I loved it here. And yeah, the campus was so beautiful, Gadwal. I come from the foothills of Western Ghats, so the scene is quite nice. But then the top peak of Western Ghats would be like, I don't know how many meters, 4,000 meter max. Yeah, 2,000 something. Yeah, here this one we are already at like 6,000 meters, so we are like way ahead. So that is a very interesting thing geographically, and you've studied a lot about this thing, the orogeny, how the mountains are formed and all, and now to see those things are pretty beautiful. But the best thing which I loved about this place is the people here. I think all the people, and you can see, Shrutinjay is a great singer.
I'll ask you to sing, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's the thing, when you think about, administrators, bureaucrats and all, you think about, somebody big and very serious, but then we are as simple as it gets. Just that, we just took that extra effort to, crack that exam. That's all it really matters, But then, there's fun here, there's music in the air, and then, there's night walks, and the faculty here, absolutely enthralling. And then you get to speak to people who are rather very interesting, like the World Bank person just talked to us, the top 50 influentials of the world spoke to us, and you can see a defense expert, people who are sensitizing us on women issues, people, Divyang issues, and we did a lot of activities. And I think PT is something which, really I know it's going to be a bit of a problem, but then PT in some way.
Everyone is laughing when he has mentioned about the PT. Why would you laugh on that?
Yeah, so it's just that we have to wake up at 5:30, be there on ground on time, go downhill, then come back uphill and do various type of
What was your routine before coming here? You used to wake up at 5:30 itself or much later?
Obviously, no, but it was it was around 6:30 or something. But then...
Not bad.
No, but it is like more about studies and studies till to crack this exam. Now, once you have cracked this exam, now you are bringing like a new routine for yourself. That is very interesting.
It's very chilly also in the morning, so yeah, that is another thing. But it's fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
That's one of the kind.
Yeah. You want to share about the schedule, the training schedule that you follow every day?
Yeah, the training schedule, it's actually a bit...
I know it starts at 5:30. After that.
It's tedious, but it keeps us engaged all the time. In the morning, it's...
5:30 you have to be in the ground?
No, we have to report by 6:15. So we get up at 5:30, get ready, and once we go there, we'll be half asleep. But once our Ustad starts the schedule, we'll be all active and awake for the day.
No, but is it mandatory to attend?
Yes,
PT?
yes, it is.
What happens if you don't?
You get a memo and then will you be your penal PT?
Extra PT we have.
Okay.
If we miss the PT.
What do you mean by extra PT?
We have made to do some more running or like that we have to do.
Okay, ma'am, I was asking about the training schedule.
Yeah. So once the PT is done, then we come back, we get ready for the classes, and mostly classes are like interactive. We just don't have to sit and listen. We get a lot of influential speakers who bring in their experiences, they share their experiences. We read about law, public administration, and all those stuff. And we obviously have a lot of questions, a lot of doubts in our mind. And after each and every session, we get the opportunity to interact with people whom we thought we have only seen in television and all those things. Now we get to interact them in reality, and we clarify a lot of doubts. So all these things in the schedule will help us work better in the ground level. And then post our class session, we have a ECM which is being designed for extracurricular activities, where we have a mix of opportunities. It can be from wall climbing, horse riding, and you have sign language.
What's your favorite activity?
Mine is the folk dance, and I'm from Tamil Nadu, and now I'm doing Bhangra, something completely
completely opposite, completely different you are learning.
I mean, that's why the interaction is so interesting that, you know, हम South के लोग हैं, हम हिंदी भी बोलने लगे हैं थोड़ी time में. I mean, hopefully यहाँ से जाने से पहले और भी.
Because I was wondering, all the time you were talking to me in Hindi, I was wondering what's wrong with it.
But yeah, language, you know, you can pick up a lot of things, you know, I think.
That's the beauty of Labasna. We get to learn a lot from each other, be it language, be it cuisine, be it dresses. We're taking the best part of every culture and evolving our personalities into being multiple.
Food is very interesting because you have daily food from South. Today you would have had the breakfast, like there's a misal pav, like from Marathi food.
Food we will talk about, but I'm swaying away from my goal. Training schedule.
Oh my God, get back to me. Yeah,
After the classrooms?
Yeah. The ECM part is done, and then we usually there are people who are sports enthusiasts who go to the ground. You have sports stadium over here, you have football, you have tennis court, table tennis, and everything people play. And other than that, we get to meet with many different kind of people from different regions of the country, and we discuss a lot of things. These many years we have been studying, but now we get to discuss about the reality, what we are going to do, and we start planning with our friends in the next 5 years. These are the things we will be doing. And few are like, in the next 10 years, after my service is done, I come back to the academy, teach the next group of young bureaucrats who are coming up, and all these kind of discussion keeps going on. And then there are other chit-chats in the cafe that we have here. Home Turf is the happening place.
Yeah, we have Home Turf. That's the happening place in Narmada Kaveri.
What's that?
It's a small cafeteria with music system installed, and we play, we dance, we chit-chat there.
Parathas, Maggie, and of course coffee.
Coffee.
You go every day there?
Almost. Because it's nearest to our hostel.
There's a lounge here where you can play billiard, and, you know, people who are like with soft talents, you know, they sing. There's a piano there, so you can always see people who, somebody of them playing piano, someone singing foosball, yeah. And
I'll go to that group, otherwise they'll blame me for groupism. I mean, how do you unwind yourself? I mean, they mention about that they go for rock climbing, they go for horse riding, and she's learning Bhangra also. How do you unwind yourself?
Yeah, so I'm also into the rock climbing and rappelling, and we also have good places to play badminton, tennis, basketball. Many sports facilities are available, and we also have many music extracurricular activities like vocal and guitar and many other instruments. So we have all the opportunities to learn. Actually, here learning happens in an exponential pace, just that we have to keep ourselves open to it.
But so why do you think these activities are very, very important? Because is it related to your civil services? I mean, you can answer the question best.
No, actually it's about personality development. I will not say all, but many of us did not have exposure to as good a school or as good a college where we could get such infrastructure, right? That's one point. The second point is the cross-cutting of learning. Like, you learn something as part of sport, you can apply that as part of administration. There's no limitation there. In fact, many times, I feel one of the reasons that all the services are having this common foundation course is that tomorrow we can learn from each other better. If we know each other, we'll know what they are doing, what we are doing, we can exchange ideas, and they can be applied cross-cutting into other services also. So I think that makes a lot of sense. It builds character, that's it.
Okay, for example, ma'am, how do you think, for example, horse riding, it will help during your civil services?
Talking about horse riding specifically, I would say that maybe if we talk about horse riding only, then the strength and the resilience that we get from that very exercise, and also the camaraderie that we build with our other batchmates, it actually serves the purpose of this common foundation course. We get to know so many people, and it's the actual ice-breaking session that we are always looking for. So be it horse riding, be it unarmed combat, be it Bhangra, anything. So it is the only thing one of the many things that helps us, come together and build our personality in a better way.
Okay, rightly said by you, ma'am. Let's have some funny part now. Who all are sports persons here? Who all wants to play sports? No.
Like, I think he should be a sports person.
Okay, you said sports persons. I mean, who are inclined towards sports?
I have started with unarmed combat. So to say with it, yes. So I'm in pursuit of becoming. So maybe not yet a sports person, but yes, trying in the pursuit of becoming one.
What sport do you play?
Basketball.
Okay. I mean, have you played it earlier professionally?
Not personally exactly. I was part of college team. Okay. So here we go and play in the evening. That's you were saying about unwinding, right? That's one of the ways to unwind.
And we have quite a few singers also here. One is ma'am, and I heard you singing yesterday with great renditions and what sur and tal, and you are also a singer. You are a multi-talented guy, I must say. Okay, maybe you two can come together and sing a wonderful song, and they all can join.
कहे कहता रहे कितना भी हमको दीवाना, कोई कहे कहता रहे कितना भी हमको दीवाना, हम लोगों की ठोकर में है ये जमाना,
बोले दुनिया
आवाज है फिर किस लिए हिचकिचाना, जब सांस है आवाज है फिर किस लिए हिचकिचाना, हाँ गाएंगे हम मिलकर दिलों का तराना, बिगड़े दुनिया बिगड़े दुनिया अरे तो दुनिया हम अपने गुन में गाए, दुनिया रूठे रूठने दो, बंधन टूटे टूटने दो, कोई झूठे ना घबराओ, हम हैं नए अंदाज क्यों हो पुराना, अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल अभी भरा नहीं, अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल अभी भरा नहीं, अभी अभी तो आए हो, अभी अभी तो अभी अभी तो आए हो, बहार बन के छाए हो, हवा जरा महक तो ले, ये दिल जरा बहक तो दे, शाम ढल तो ले जरा, ये शाम ढल तो ले जरा, ये दिल संभल तो ले जरा, मैं थोड़ी देर जी तो लूं, नशे के घूंट पी तो लूं, नशे के घूंट पी तो लूं, अभी तो कुछ कहा नहीं, अभी तो कुछ सुना नहीं, अभी ना जाओ छोड़ के दिल अभी भरा नहीं, अभी ना
Wonderful, wonderful. What rendition, man. And सबके पास सुर and ताल है यार. कहाँ से सीखा सब कुछ?
I have learned some classical music.
बाकी अच्छे से गा रहे थे, हमने morph कर लिया खुद को पीछे.
Inter-service cooperation, that's how we have learned.
Is this how you spend your time in the later half of the day? I mean,
here we don't have an option. We have to. Some people have good talents. Some, if they don't have it, they have to hone it. So after you're done with your classes, you're supposed to be a good sports person. You're supposed to be a good singer. You're supposed to be a dancer. You have to be an all-round personality.
But then I'll
That's
add
the
something
entire.
to add. Okay, like even all this fun and all is there, but then there are certain things is very interesting. Like when you are seated together. For example, Satyam is from Bihar and from Kerala. So when we are having a dinner together, we'll discuss about what's the development issues of Kerala. What is that we have to learn from each other. So a lot of cultural issues, and a lot of them are coming to South for the first time, and so they're very apprehensive about it. So how is this career going to be? All of them ask us questions, and we are also quite interested to know about what is happening in the North. So a lot of cultural mixing, information gathering, and a sense of camaraderie. So that is quite developed, and that's rightly so. Esperes de Corps. That's the spirit of it.
That's the exact message that the Honorable Prime Minister said. Whichever part of the country we are in, we're all here for public service. with that sense of camaraderie, and we're all in All India services.
No, but I used to think earlier that these IS officers, IPS and people who are civil servants are very, very boring. You guys have changed. You guys have changed my perception.
You need to visit more often then.
Maybe that's an,
The foundation course is not boring at all, no?
No, sir. Sir, actually it is meant and designed. It's meant and designed to coordinate, to own our skills and to make us know each other better. It's all about that. It's
You all will miss each other when you leave from here.
I think it's anything but boring, because the whole purpose is to groom our personality from an all-rounded perspective and holistic perspective. So we should not just be good administrators, we should be good people, we should be people of depth, we should have interests, because that's how you balance professional and personal life.
All the people who are watching this program, if you really think you want to make a hit at the civil service, by all means go ahead. We have people from, it's really worth it. It's I mean, you get to serve your country, your people, at the same time you also get a good life, and so it's all put together.
I think there are many ways to serve the country. I think the kind of times that we live in, there are opportunities for everybody, from an entrepreneur to anybody who's working. I think there are many ways to contribute to society, and public service is something that we've all chosen with a lot of passion, with a lot of dedication and hard work. And anybody, like my colleague was also mentioning, who wants to be part of a larger cause. And as the Prime Minister, this year the theme is governance at 100. So it's such a nice milestone. So when we are going to be 50s and 60s, we're going to see the centenary of India. And I think, as the founding fathers of our constitution dreamt, I think we should truly redeem our tryst with destiny.
Right, absolutely, and you all of you will be getting your posting soon. एक हिप हिप हुर्रे तो बनता है सब.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Absolutely, there you go. Future civil servants of India. They are the future of the country. Thank you, all of you. Thanks a lot. We had a very, very good chat. That's all we have in Y Factor. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.